Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to do a detailed analysis of Out of Business, a short story by the famous writer R.K. Narayan. So grab your virtual seats and let's begin. The story Out of Business by R.K. Narayan is set in the fictional town of Malgudi, a recurring setting in many of his stories. Malgudi was a typical South Indian town which provides a rich backdrop for the protagonist Rama Rao's struggles and experiences of life. And R.K. Narayan, as a renowned Indian author, was known for portraying simple yet profound themes through his stories, capturing everyday life in India with humor and giving new insights. Let us start decoding the story. In the beginning, we see the protagonist, the main character, Rama Rao. He loses his livelihood, his source of income as the Malgudi agent for a gramophone company. And this happens because the gramophone company where he was working, it goes out of business. But if we go back into the past of Rama Rao, his business was the way in which he was able to support his family for 5 years, and it allowed him and his family to lead a comfortable and happy life, to the extent that Rama Rao had even built a small bungalow and he had thought that he would soon be buying a car. However, somehow the company where he was working, it ran out of business, and this triggered a series of economic and personal events in Rama Rao's life, which included the collapse of a bank in Lahore and the death of a financier. All these events together led to the decline of the growth of his company where he was working. Now, at this time, the struggles began for the family of Rama Rao because he was unemployed and the savings that he had were also getting exhausted. It was getting over. So his wife took a measure of letting go of all the servants who would work in the house so that they could cut down on their expenditure, and they started sending their children less to an expensive school. All these were expenses which the wife starts cutting down on so that they do not get, exhausted of their savings. To save the condition of his family, Rama Rao desperately started searching for a new job, but it was very challenging, especially at a time when he was losing his sense of doing business. And everywhere that he applied for work, Rama Rao met with polite rejections, which left him feeling very helpless because he was not being able to get any job for himself. At this time, the family's hope had, started shaking. Rama Rao's wife and children hoped that he would return home with a solution, adding to the sense of responsibility that Rama Rao had on his shoulders now. In these very challenging times, we see Rama Rao comes face to face with a crossword puzzle journal called The Captain, and this journal offers a prize for anyone who would be able to solve the crossword puzzle successfully. So he discovers and develops a fascination for solving crosswords. Rama Rao becomes obsessed with solving crosswords and hopes that he will be able to win the prize money. But his crossword obsession causes a lot of tension within the family, and he constantly keeps demanding for money to solve puzzles, which also starts affecting the balance of the finance in the house. Now, there is a chance at big prize because the journal had announced an 8,000 rupee prize, which sparks Rama Rao's imagination about having a brighter future if he is able to win this 8,000 rupee prize. But Rama Rao's hopes are shattered when he fails to win the crossword prize, and he becomes extremely sad and depressed. He starts thinking about ending his life by going on a railway track, but that too he is fortunate enough because the train derails that was supposed to be coming, and that spares his life and prevents him from having any other suicidal thoughts. Now at this time he gets his second chance. He returns home and discovers that a train delay has saved him from his dark thoughts. His wife and children are relieved at the return of Rama Rao, and they consider selling their house for a good price with which they would then sustain their life. Now there's a change of plan over here, because Rama Rao decides to sell the house, take a portion of that money and go to Madras so that he can start afresh. But his wife questions if he will be able to spend money on more crossword puzzles when he goes to Madras, and this makes him firmly reject the idea, because he obviously has got this money after a lot of struggle, at the cost of his own life, at the cost of saving his family at the same time. So the ending is indeed a good realization for Rama Rao about a wise way of spending money. The first and foremost theme of the story is loss and adaptation, because we see Rama Rao's initial prosperity followed by loss of his business, which highlights the theme of loss. After the gramophone company goes out of business, he and his family has to adapt to a new lifestyle. This causes economic instability, because the unexpected collapse of his business shows how individuals have to face economic crisis and unexpected events, such as the collapse of a bank in Lahore in the story. And there's also seen through Rama Rao's story the struggle for unemployment or employment. He is desperately hunting for a job, but he is constantly having to face rejections and difficulties because he is not getting a job or being hired at any cost. The story also explores how family dynamics plays a role, because Rama Rao's family has to cope with financial decline. His wife's efforts to cut down on the expenses and the tension caused by Rama Rao's crossword obsession show the theme of family relationships under stress. Rama Rao's obsession with the puzzles serves as a means to escape from the reality that he was facing. That temporary obsession gave him a cutoff from the immediate reality, showing how an individual can, get utterly disturbed by these kind of financial problems. Lastly, the story also shows hope and despair. Rama Rao's hopes to win the crossword prize symbolize a hope for a better future, while his deep thoughts about committing suicides represent the depth of his sadness. However, there is also intervention of fate or fortune or luck, the train's derailment that interrupts Rama Rao's plan of committing a suicide, acts as a turning point in the story and suggests the theme of fate or chance, as it can change the course of events in a person's life. This gives him a fresh start. Rama Rao's decision to sell the house and move to Madras signifies his determination to overcome the challenges and start anew. His rejection of spending the house sale money on more crosswords also shows how his priorities have now become more concretely outlined. It shows that the theme of redemption, as he chooses his family's well-being over his personal selfish motive and obsession of solving crossword puzzles. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.